Hey folks, it is Sunday the 19th of January 2020 and we are less than a day away from the lobby day in Richmond, Virginia to let our voice be heard regarding the unjust gun laws they're trying to put in place in Virginia. This is a part of our constitutional rights, the rights to redress of grievances with our elected officials. The problem is that we're not dealing with our elected officials anymore. Especially in the case of Virginia. Virginia is not dealing with its elected officials. Virginia is dealing with Michael Bloomberg's elected officials. What you have to understand is the left is an army now. They're a militant force. Their generals, Michael Bloomberg and George Soros, have put lieutenants or colonels in place. Ralph Northam, Dan Hilmer, a cache of other politicians in there acting as lieutenants and captains and sergeants. They have their foot soldiers, Antifa. They have saboteurs and spies and infiltrators and games theorists and everything else in there. So this is a war. I understand that. It's already started. The problem is that people have gotten too comfortable with Facebook and Twitter and all the other stuff to realize it's a war. Well, it is. It's a war. We've all noticed the conspicuous absence of the press. This thing that should be a national news story has gotten little to no coverage. And I can tell you why. Because the media is controlled by the left. And the last thing the left wants the American people to see is responsible gun owners trying to resist this tyranny by judicious means, like responsible citizens. They're not going to cover that. That's not a news story to them. What they're going to do is they're going to go to Richmond, and they're going to wait for the Dan Hilmer. Remember that name, Dan Hilmer. He's a senator in Virginia, and he is he's a member of the Virginia National Guard. He ran on Virginian principles and then flip-flopped on them. Went all anti-gun and supported organized baby murder and everything else. Watch for him. I guarantee you, Northam's got him down there waiting for the opportunity to start something with y'all. Don't be baited. Don't be pushed. Know your surroundings constantly. Stay with your team. Stay with your group. However you refer to yourself. Selves. Sorry. Watch, where... It's stupid to have to say this at something that's our constitutional right. Wear eye protection. Wear ear protection. If you have a mask or a helmet, if the laws allow it, wear it. I believe in states where there are mask laws, like here in Alabama, you can't wear a mask. In states where there are a mask law, I believe you are allowed to wear clear plastic face guards. Invest in this important safety equipment. Because the reality is you can get hurt doing this. These leftists are awful, militant, violent people. I think our biggest failing is that we have forgotten how to be angry, awful, violent, militant people. Sometimes the only way you find common ground is some ass has to be whooped, and people have to lick their wounds and look at the situation and realize they don't want this anymore. And then they come to the table and talk. But we are so afraid of our own shadows. We're so afraid of everything they might do to us that we won't do anything. I don't know what happened in Virginia. Michael Bloomberg got in there with like a thief in the night. I feel for the people of Virginia. I hope to God when things do go as bad as they're going to go, that we, their fellow Americans, have the good sense to get in there and help them. Because this is wrong. The fact that we even have to have this conversation is wrong on so many levels. We don't serve them. They work for us. Why are we allowing this? So understand, the media is only going to show up when it's another Charlottesville. When some patriot or just person on the street is pushed too far, or they're attacked and they fight back, that minute and a half of them being hit with bricks or sticks or spit on or having piss bottles thrown at them or being milkshaked or whatever, that minute and a half is not going to exist in national news. What you're going to see is some little leftist pussy getting his ass whooped by a bunch of corn-fed patriots who are tired of getting messed with by him. And they're going to be white supremacists or white nationalists or Russian agents or some shit like that. Because that'll sell news. That's what the left wants people to believe. So I think tomorrow, as much as I hate to say this, man, I hate to say this. Because if it was me, man, I think the best thing for our country would be if we were people who did some things. But that's probably not going to happen tomorrow. So the best thing that we can do is show up, respect the VCDL's wishes, and help them lobby. Make our voices heard. But for God's sake, and yeah, and I'm saying this knowing bad things could happen. But if, God forbid, they decide to step out of line and extend their tyranny any farther, I hope to God the people that are there decide to be people that do something. And do some things. See, I can say it that way because it's okay. A Democrat said it that way. That being said, guys, take steps to be safe. Again, stay with your group. Stay with your people. Carry limited first aid on yourself. Something to bandage a wound if you have to. Some gauze pads, Carlisle bandages, whatever. Tourniquet, whatever you can. Like I said, wear eye protection. Wear ear protection. I've heard reports in California that a lot of Antifa are pepper spraying people's ears in fights. It's a real sensitive area. If you haven't been pepper sprayed there before, it's terrible. So, wear appropriate safety equipment. Wear gloves. This is disgusting, but what a lot of Antifa are doing now is eating nasty, rancid, or chewing on nasty, rancid stuff the day before, a couple days before the protests are going to, and they're not brushing their teeth. So that bacteria builds up in their mouth, and when people push at them or punch them, they bite them. Human bite is already nasty. Okay? You break skin with all that yuck in somebody's mouth? No. Yeah. So wear good gloves. Wear some good gloves to protect your hands too. I hope it doesn't come to this kind of thing. I don't want to see any fighting. It's not what I want. I want this to end judiciously. God, I do. But I don't think Ralph Northam's going to allow that. Because Michael Bloomberg doesn't want that. And this is the thing about rich people. When rich people invest their money, they're rich for a reason. They get what they want. Simple as that. They don't settle. There is no middle ground or anything like that. There's win or lose. Period. So expect a fight. I I'd say avoid the National Guard at all costs. Because I guarantee you, every man on that field, Dan Helmer has hand-picked. He's about to be promoted in the National Guard, I believe, to colonel. And you can bet Michael Bloomberg will have him on the lines tomorrow. Or he'll order Northam to have him on the lines tomorrow. You can bet on it. If not, his next best subordinate will be there. He may vote and join in. I don't know. It's hard to say. Fortunately, he has enough support there that his vote could be. They wouldn't even miss his vote if it wasn't there. No big deal. Guys, our prayers are with you. Be safe. Stand strong. We're pulling for you. If ever this was more important, be decent to each other, folks. We are all in this together. God bless you.